It's Saturday night in the South Metro. That only means it's time for one thing. After 3 games on the road, the Wildcats are home tonight. ETV proud to bring you Eagan Wildcat boys hockey. The visitors tonight from Scott County, the Prior Lake Lakers. I'm Mike Cook, joined once again by Nathan Cron. And Nathan, let's talk about the home team to start with. The Cats coming in at 1-2 on this young season. Very up and down game the other night at Eastview. They lost 5-1, but
yeah, they started well. They worked hard, but they did not play the way in the third period and third period they wanted to. Tonight they've got a huge test with these Prior Lake Lakers, and we're going to see if they can raise their game to that next level.
Yeah, as we puck is dropped at 12 in favor of the Lakers in that one. Cats in that Eastview loss, they were outshot, I believe it was 39-24. Again, strong first period for the Cats down at Eastview, but then the second 2 periods were far from anything to write home about, but said they've had a good couple of days of practice. They've definitely watched some film. And Cats hit a post early. 30 seconds in, and it's nearly 1-0 for the home team on that long shot by, I believe that was 27, Gus Glye. Prior Lake's going to bring it into the Wildcat zone. Backhand, and Glye makes the initial save. Yes, I did say Glye. We have 2 of them tonight. Gabe Glye, your junior netminder. Here's a look at Gabe, number 1. And of course, 27 is Gus Glye, his older brother. We take a look at that nice opportunity here by Glye, the goalie, as he stopped Alex Bump. Bump is 1/3 of that top line for Prior Lake that has got some serious firepower. He's out there with Riley Duber, who's number 8. Will Schumacher is 24. We will likely be calling those names a lot tonight. And going around the net is number 10, Richard Karsten. And couldn't quite get on that far side as Cron tries to kick it out, comes back into the Wildcat zone. However, with a minute and a half gone by in this one, South Suburban Conference play Saturday night in Wildcat country here at the Eagan Civic Arena.
Well, it's going to be a key for these Eagan Wildcat defenders to lock down Prior Lake's top line. You know, it's unlikely they're going to keep them completely off the scoreboard. They're very talented, they're very good, but if they can do that, you know, if they can come close to doing that by not giving up too much to that top line, they might have a chance to be competitive with the other lines coming up here for the Lakers.
That third line out there right now for the Wildcats as the puck goes back into Eagan zone. Pico sends it around far side. This is Barbado, number 22. Knocks it off the glass right by the Wildcat bench. Not out opportunity though, and Glye there with a stop. Big save early for the sophomore netminder.
I like Glye getting the early shots. You know, these are shots he's able to handle. True, you don't want him taking a big shot, but Glye was in position. It's a shot right into his chest protector. He's going to be okay. It's good to get a few.
The boys on the glass are down there for the Wildcat faithful. Prior Lake's got a strong student section showing down to our left. And here come the Lakers trying to bring it in. This time is Bump. He loses it at center, and they're going to get it back. Big hit there in the neutral, like Lockenmeyer. Farmington. Prior Lake will dump it. Prior Lake who beat Farmington the other night, I should say. Cats are going to dump it in. They're going to change up 4 behind the play. Here comes Prior Lake. Schumacher, top line winger, ridden out of the play nicely by Murray of the Wildcats. Cron rings around far side. Duber picks it up briefly. Kept in, long shot. Anderson tried to get the deflection that went behind the cage. Jackson Anderson, number 4, he had a couple of goals in that Farmington win for Prior Lake.
Prior Lake, a couple of times entering the Eagan zone, has been doing some stick handling, and that's something that the Wildcats need to watch out for. They've got some good talent here for Prior Lake. Can't let them stick handle, and the only best way to deal with that.
And here they come once again. This time it's going to be Kingery again leading the rush, 17. Parker Boyce hits the boards behind the net. Winding, shooting, blocked that time. That was Hansen with the block for the Wildcats.
Oh, magnificent effort by Hansen there, Mike.
Absolutely putting his body on the line. Hansen, one of the smaller guys on this team, but came up big that time. Long shot all the way through and quickly held by Trevor Boschie, the senior netminder for the Prior Lake Lakers.
Well, the pipes have been rung twice now by the Wildcats. Not to say that obviously if you hit pipes, that doesn't mean you're not hitting the back of the net, but Boschie's got to be thinking, hey, these guys are putting shots on net. I got to make sure that I'm in the right position, I'm playing the right angles, and so far he certainly has been.
Yeah, Cats making the last change there. They're going to put that top line back out there. Gavin Goyle, 21, is centering Gus Glye 27, and Alex Lockenmeyer 17 on the other wing. Lockenmeyer hard into the corner. Prior Lake player falls at the feet of the official. Cat's going to wing it back around near side. Murray's going to actually back up instead of pinching in. Probably a wise play because here comes Prior Lake. Long shot, and Glye will wisely hang on to that off the stick of Pavic.
Shot so far 3-2. I mean, if you're a Wildcat fan, you like what you see so far. The Wildcats are competitive with Prior Lake. The Lakers, obviously, with a very high profile, not only in terms of the talent they have, but their position, their rankings. And I know it's early season, but they're a top 10 team right now in the polls. So anytime you're playing with these guys, that's what you want to see if you're an Eagan fan.
And you look at Glye. This is his second start of the year as Triglav Valley and he are kind of splitting time. Glye was between the pipes for that 5-1 win up at Roseville a week ago. So his save percentage looks very, very impressive at .968 right now. And obviously, with 3 quick saves, that helps that stat as well. Drop pass, going 1-on-3, intercepted, played nicely by the Wildcat defense. Prior Lake continuing the pressure. Scott, stop, spin, turn. Intercept by the Wildcats. Poke it out. Yes, they do. Here's number 12 for the Wildcats. Henry Martin tries to feed it back across. Give, go! And they just miss on the opportunity. And can't nearly get the first one of the game 7 minutes in.
Wow, it was great communication. That was some great tick-tock passing here by the Cats.
Jensen tips that one wide off the stick of Pika. Long shot all the way through, and Boshi makes another save, and we've got a whistle. Face-off upcoming in the Prior Lake zone. If you look at Boshi, number 1 for Prior Lake. Senior netminder, .940 with save percentage at a goals against average of 1 to match his sweater number. So the Cats are going to have their hands full getting some goals on there tonight, and we're going to have a penalty. It's going to be Cron going to go on an interference call. So the first power play of the night will go to the visitors. Time of this one will be 7:18.
So I'm going to say two things about watch the replay coming up. I think that's a bad call. That's a bad call. He grabs Cron from behind and then falls down. I think Cron's got a legitimate point to say, wait a minute, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to get out of his way and let him just go? I don't have to get out of his way. That one was weak. That was a weak call.
Prior Lake, I believe 1 for 2 this year on the power play. Quick shot, Glye was there trying to go short side with Schumacher, and Cats able to punch it out. Anderson couldn't control the puck, and he's followed quickly by Goyle. Goyle, who got the lone goal for the Wildcats in that loss at Eastview, was that 4 nights ago now. And offsides are the Lakers. Cats are just going to dump it down. Smart play by the Eagan D, just to tip that one all the way down. Take some valuable time off the clock. I think that was Gus Glye that did that. We got a Laker down back in the Prior Lake zone. That's Schumacher. I didn't see what happened.
There was a collision. There was a collision with Wedward. I'm not sure if a stick got up or exactly what happened. The two players came together. It didn't look like there was a lot of contact. Looked like he took a stride or two and then went down. Let's see if we can pick it up here on the replay.
So there's Wedward 10.
There's 4. Yeah, he ran into him. He ran into him from the side. He crashed into Wedward's shoulder. Wedward was just skating. He wasn't looking to hit him. But unfortunately, hit the side. Looked like he hit the side. Is that Schumacher?
Yeah,
is that Schumacher's head?
Very, very concerned look on Joe Pankratz there.
Well, absolutely, absolutely. But it's not a penalty.
No,
it's not a penalty. But it's certainly unfortunate. And that's unfortunately the kind of thing you have when you look at concussions. And I have to tell you, I'm concerned that Schumacher's still on the ice.
Right, and I'm concerned they opened the penalty box on the Eagan side, but I'm more concerned for Schumacher. And yeah, when he's holding his head like that, you just right away you got to think concussion.
It just hit the side of his helmet. The side of his helmet gets hit. It gets hit. And again, we saw the replay. It wasn't like Wedward's just skating. He's just skating up. And
Riley Goober in there to help out his teammate, but yeah, you can see him definitely holding that left side of his head. Again, you hope that's nothing serious.
Unfortunately, the way head injuries work, they're always they're always, I mean, hate to say it, but they're always serious, right? I mean,
absolutely.
There's nothing light or easy about a head injury.
Yeah, we'll see if he goes straight back to the locker room, which would not surprise me.
No, absolutely not.
Well, they're going to set him down on the bench, and he'll get looked at by the trainer.
It's really unfortunate. I hope certainly that hopefully it's just a knock. It's one of those things that, but he's really, his balance doesn't look good,
right,
Mike, and that really gets me worried.
Absolutely. Yeah, you never want to see anybody get hurt.
No, absolutely
here.
not. No. Absolutely not. But in any event.
And as you said, not intentional.
No. Wedward just skating. He didn't even see him coming. Unfortunately, Schumacher turned into him. The puck had gone to the other side. He turns into him. And Schumacher just, I mean, I don't think Schumacher saw him.
No, I don't think so
think he saw him. I mean, why would you run your head into somebody's shoulder, right?
Otherwise, we get back to action. Prior Lake still on the power play. They had to get their 5th man out there for the face-off. With a little confusion on the Laker bench, but obviously you're far more concerned about your teammate at this point.
Well, in any event, we're still going to have a hockey game.
Absolutely.
We're still going to have a hockey game as Roland Phillips goes in deep for the Wildcats, and he's going to smartly get off. Let's see what the Wildcats can do here. Kill off this penalty. Get Cron back out of the box.
So halfway through this opening period, we're scoreless. Shots are 3 apiece here on ETV. We are your home for Wildcat Sports, and Henry Martin aggressive on the forecheck. In there with Justin Simonson of Prior Lake. Anderson over there to help out. Nice job by the Wildcat forward. Henry Martin, a senior, in there and taking some precious time off that clock as we're down to 22 in the Laker power play.
Yeah, one more good clearance, and the Wildcats may in fact survive this power play.
And we're going to have an offside that will help their cause as well. Not so good for Prior Lake. Faceoff will come outside the blue line. 17 to go. Oh yeah, and they are taking Schumacher back to the locker room. Looks like just the trainer helping him, so maybe that's a good sign. He didn't need help from a teammate, but again, we wish for the best for that young man.
Absolutely.
Final seconds of the power play for the Lakers. First of the game for either team. We're going to get something set up as the Wildcats are now back at full strength. As Cron goes to the bench, and I believe that's Gley hops back into action. It is for the Wildcats. Shot goes just wide of Gabe Gley between the pipes. Gus Gley is the forward for the Wildcats. All the way down just to the side of Boschee as we shall play on. Karsten for Prior Lake tries to get it up half wall. A little too far. Cats will regroup and start things off with Pika. Pika tried to knocked off the puck briefly by Eider. Again, Eider, just a freshman for the Lakers, wears sweater 15. Here's Gley, gets hit a little bit there. Into the zone, Wedward. A little physicality continuing play, but here comes Prior Lake. Potential 2-on-1, but Gley hustles back to even up the numbers. Nice job by Cron to poke that puck out of the way. Sheffield, I believe, was the puck carrier.
Now that was a great individual effort by Cron to get back. Otherwise, there was going to be a pretty nasty-looking 2-on-1.
Prior Lake's going to make a full-scale change as the Cats try to send a long outlet to Gley. 6.5 to go here. We're still scoreless. The Cats have hit one post.
And those long outlets, those are textbook Eagan. I mean, last year they didn't get to do it very much because they were struggling getting out of their end. But I'll tell you right now, Mike Taylor's team 2 years ago, those long outlets were constant, absolutely constant in terms of switching the fielder, in this case, switching the ice.
A 2-on-2 battle to the left of Boschee behind the line. Referees letting him play on. Puck squirts out far side half wall. Boschee able to kick that aside. That might have been a defenseman got a stick in there first, but either way, nothing happening for the Wildcats. And Prior Lake looking to break out of their own zone, but Wedward the intercept. Shut it in front, nobody there, however. And Fanenstein for Prior Lake pokes it ahead. This will be Kingery. Dumped this time in by Boyce. And the Cats once again gonna nice defensive play by the Eagan Wildcats. Intercept that time on a bad turnover, and it's 1-0 Prior Lake. Alex Bump says thank you very much.
Oh, that's just one of those plays you just can't make. It's just unfortunate. And Murray's going to turn it over. Murray, I'm not sure if he wasn't looking at. I don't think he was looking at the whole ice. He just fed Bump, and Bump made him pay. Glide didn't have much of a chance. I mean, you expect a player like Bump to score against Glide every time, or almost every time, when he gets that opportunity. And that's the kind of opportunity that, as you know, the Wildcats just can't turn the puck over that time. But you know, Murray's a sophomore. He's going to learn from that. He's going to understand, hey, I made a mistake, and he's going to bounce back from.
Team leading third goal of the year for Alex Bump, one of the captains on this Prior Lake squad, being Anderson and Schumacher wearing the C's. And it's 1-0 Lakers. Prior Lake led Farmington 1-0 after one, and it stayed that way the other night until really middle of the third period, before Prior Lake kind of had a late barrage to win that one by a 5-0 count.
Well, and the shots here right now, Mike, are 4-4. I mean, neither team is necessarily dominating the other. I would say that Prior Lake seems to have had some of the better scoring chances, but neither team's necessarily dominating the other. The play is up and down. It's both ways.
Prior Lake, nice stick handling over there by number 19 for the Prior Lake Lakers. That's Bump, who got the goal moments ago. Good battle there to the right of Bly.
And with Schumacher out, perhaps Bump, we're going to see a lot more of Bump too.
Well, be curious what Coach Pancratz does with Prior Lake, how he tries to shift guys around. 3-on-1 for the Cats. Good job that time far side by Prior Lake as Anderson knocked down. I believe that was Gavin Goyle carrying the puck in for the Wildcats. And Prior Lake's going to change up 4 behind the play, as going in solo and falling over the edge of the circle that time was Duber. Big hit by Cron. The boys on the glass love that hit, the Eagan student section. Can the Cats get it out of their own zone, however? No, kept in nicely that time. Pavic with the intercept. Murray battles his man behind the net. Murray pokes it around near side. Again, hit right in front of that student section. And with the Cats cleared out, Prior Lake changed up that 5th guy that they couldn't get before. Cats are going to be able to change up a few because we have icing.
I like the idea from Cron to try to headman and get that ahead for Glide, but unfortunately it's just they've got to connect on that stuff. Otherwise you're going to end up having an inordinate number of icings.
4 minutes to go here, opening period. Here on ETV Sports. You're home for Wildcat action. And again, special shout out to those of you watching us over in Scott County. Hopefully you've dug out of the major snowfall we got over the last night. I heard a number of 15 inches here in Eagan of fresh white powder. A lot of sounds of snowblowers going out there this afternoon.
Snowblowers and plows, right?
Absolutely. I mean, and I'm sure people are watching us on the World Wide Web, probably in much warmer climates. But wherever you are, we're glad you're with us here tonight. Barbado in deep. Eider and he collide into the inboards. Opportunity, Prior Lake. Just off the mark that time for the Lakers. Was that Sheffield? I'm not certain. I believe it was Sheffield.
Sheffield just got under that one. I think he got excited. He had a nice opportunity that had been created by his teammate, and I think he just put a little too much on that and popped it up high in the air.
Karsten chases it, tries to chase it down. Dry high off the glass, dumps it out. Nice play. Here comes Roth for the Wildcats. They have Phillips with him. Roth goes in, puck squirts free. Wise job there by Boshi to poke it away as Phillips couldn't quite get there. A little pushing and shoving this time down in the Prior Lake zone. Shot from way out. That deflected wide. I believe that was Roth on the deflect. Kept in. Oh, they're going to say that puck came out. Okay. And Prior Lake is again, they're going to make a big change behind the play. Wildcats are going to change up a couple. And here comes Prior Lake wheeling through. Couldn't quite hang on to that puck that time was Rice.
It's following the pattern, Mike, of a lot of stick handling.
Oh, that would hit something in front. I never saw it. 2-0 Lakers.
No, nicely done that time by Prior Lake. You know, you can't score if you don't put the puck on the net. And that's exactly what they did there. Glide never saw that puck. I'm not even sure he saw it coming. I'm not even sure if he knew that there was actually a shot coming.
No. I mean, by his reaction, he did not.
I don't think he saw the shot coming or that there was even a shot. Let's see if we can see here.
Well, who's that hit on the way through?
It's Anderson. I think it hits one of the Wildcats, if I'm not mistaken.
Did it hit Murray?
Might have hit Murray. But in any event, it's 2-0 to the Lakers. And the shots are, I mean, and again, it's incomprehensible to me that the game is necessarily this lopsided scoreboard-wise, because the both teams have been playing pretty close to each other.
Prior Lake keeps the pressure on. Quick turn shot. Glide doesn't know where it is. Rebound, and Cats able to somehow clear that out of harm's way briefly. Another shot goes just missing far side, was bumped.
I like the heady play by Barbado. He loses his stick and he uses his gloves and says, I'm in the defensive zone. I'm going to shovel that puck out if I can.
Intercept that time by Martin for the Wildcats. Couldn't do anything with it, however. And Martin hustles back. He gets taken out right at the center ice. And Barbado, Martin gets knocked down at center. They're going to make a call. They're going to get him on. They're going to call it a trip. First power play of the night for the Eagan Wildcats.
Well, it's a big moment for the Wildcats. Wildcats need to do this. Not only is Anderson going to be going off the ice, as you see Martin coming through. Yeah, and it looks, Anderson just reaches out and clips his skate as he's going by. And Martin's grinding hard. So I think that's probably a good call. It's pretty obvious. But in any event, Anderson's going to go to the box, and right now the Wildcats, they've got to get something going here, Mike. Even if they don't score, they've got to have some offensive pressure, and he has some scoring opportunities. Because right now the momentum is definitely in yellow.
And for Prior Lake, one of your top defenders is the guy that's sitting in the box right now. And I would assume he's one of their top penalty killers as well.
Yeah, you would imagine a senior captain defenseman. Of course, he's supposed to be out there. Speaking of senior captains, Cron's got to do a better job of getting the puck out of the zone.
As I say, aggressive forecheck that time by Prior Lake. That's Kingery, speaking of seniors, and they're aggressive with Prior Lake. He and Lockenmeyer, a couple of 17s go at it in the corner. There's 35 seconds elapsed on this power play already.
Wildcats have to do a better job of using space on the ice.
Crono backhanded in deep. Wedward's going to hustle in for the Wildcats. Takes over in front, opportunity. Boshi robs a Wildcat player. I believe that was Roth.
I think it might have been Goyle.
Okay.
Might have been 21, might have been Goyle. Let's see it. Great play by Wedward. He gets behind, he feeds. Yep, that's Goyle, 21.
You're right,
Goyle just unfortunately hits hits Bochy right in the chest. But Bochy, nice job, Bochy, nice job that time playing the angle and looking for it, but great effort by Wedward. Working hard behind the net to create the opportunity.
Yeah, Goyle looking for his 4th of the year.
Lakers with an extra player on the ice.
Right. There's Cron from way out. What's he going to do with it? He'll shoot it all the way through. Boshi, easy grab there.
You know, if the Wildcats, you just keep shooting. You know, you've seen shots go in against Gly that you weren't even sure were going to be shots. I like that from Cron. Just get it on net.
And we'll try it once again. Castle in the draw. Cron does not shoot it this time, but now he'll get it back. And almost intercepted far side that time by Bump. There's Cron up top, all the way through. Boshi kicks that aside. Martin trying to center in front. Cats can't quite connect there.
That was a nice sequence, though. We'll take, if you're a Wildcat fan, you're going to take that sequence because the Wildcats had an opportunity, a couple of opportunities in that sequence, actually.
And this will be Roth leading the rush for the Wildcats with 14 to go in the period. Roth and Anderson chase behind the net. Far side, kept in Cats. They need to hustle. Here's Wedward. Tried to get it to Lockenmeyer. Lockenmeyer doesn't think he sees the clock. Long shot way out. And is at the horn. Boshi with another save. His 9th of the opening period.
Not a lot of great scoring opportunities for the Wildcats, but they're out. I mean, in the books, on the books anyway, they're out shooting the Lakers. But you know what? Shots don't necessarily matter. It's the scoring chances and the goals that matter. And the Lakers are doubling up right now on the Wildcats.
Well, you see your score. Boshi's pitching the shutout through 17. Here's Bump with the goal for Prior Lake after the nasty turnover by the Wildcats. And here comes the second one, and Gly, I don't think he ever sees that, and it looks like it might have went off the stick of Murray. Bottom line, Prior Lake 2, Goyle just misses to make it 2-1. 17 gone by. 2-0 Prior Lake. You're watching Wildcat Hockey on ETV.
Great to be a part of Eagan history, something that all 3 of us are very proud of. The population of Eagan is 51% female, so we've worked hard to get our department to reflect the population that we're serving. The foundation of the Eagan Fire Department has been laid by many great men and women, and we have been welcomed here with open arms, very supportive.
You have that family aspect with your crew. We eat dinner together and we respond to calls together, and really it's just the best job there is.
I encourage all females to pursue a career that they're passionate about, regardless if it's historically been male-dominated, and that it is achievable. Give it a try, see if you're passionate about it, and if you are, you'll succeed.
We wanted a space where someone could bring a family member or a friend or a neighbor and not have to worry about any exclusion. This park can adapt to all different people, regardless of what their abilities are.
On an average playground, I'll just be on the sidelines. Be like, yay! Yay, you did it! But now I get to be like, come on, let's go play all together, and it's pretty amazing.
We know that inclusive play teaches important life skills like cooperation, empathy, and leadership. And it helps build relationships and community around those same values.
Come to this park because you're gonna have an awesome time. It's inclusive for everyone. There's lots of things to do for both young ones and older ones.
I was more than happy to participate in it, actually being a former student athlete here at the high school.
The ladder is an acronym: leadership, accountability, determination, discipline, empower, and resiliency.
It's make sure you do your part, make sure you do your thing, make sure you get one step at a time and make sure you do your stuff, but at the same time, you gotta bring people up on the ladder with you.
Being able to do a photo with the fire truck, especially with the ladder, and climb the ladder with it was pretty fun.
It's really nice as a football player to know that you have a community behind your back and that you have people there to support you.
here. 20, 10, 6 points. Eagan bounces off one tackler, tries to bounce off two. You know, it's funny, back when I worked for the local paper, the Sun Current, I'd heard through one of the sports editors that they were looking for some folks. Made a couple of contacts, and lo and behold, hey, come on out. We'll get you going. And here we are, 1997, we're calling football games. Talked to Coach Nick Johnson out at practice, who's injured, what's going on, what are his thoughts on the game. It's just having that relationship with the coaches, talking to some of the players once in a while, you know, hey, what's going on? Tell me about, you know, Eagan football, kind of behind the scenes stuff. Obviously, we're looking up a lot of stats. Game day, we try to talk to coaches from both teams, but there's fans from other schools that are watching this game, and, you know, we try to at least know something about the other team. A couple of quick memories. There was a guy named Joe Maurer that played for Cretin, threw I think 7 touchdowns in a playoff game. I heard he turned out to be a pretty good athlete. You know, we did the first game up at TCO Stadium, we're the home of the Vikings, when Eagan played Farmington. And of course, who can forget 2020, the Eastview win? You snapped that 27-game streak, and I just remember our call at the end was something like, hey, the streak is over. Nathan Cron and I, who've been doing games together for 5 years, we were just quiet. You know, let the pictures do the talking, let the joy show for all those kids, all the players. Just a fun time that night. I got to give a shout out to Nathan Cron, by the way. He and I have been doing football for, I think, 5 years now. We've been doing hockey for a number of years, and I think we really make a good team. We've gotten compliments on what we do, both from fans, from school officials, players, coaches, and that's why we do it. I mean, it's all about the teams. It's about the community. The personnel you get to know, and you're really rooting for those people. You're rooting for the community, the kids. You want to see them do well. And granted, you're going to look at the scoreboard and maybe they lose by a wide margin, but you look at the little things that are going on in between. You know, did you win this play? Hey, did the O-line play well? Did the D-line play well? Things like that, and just to see the improvement, I mean, that's what keeps it going. I enjoy doing it. It's that simple. It's fun to be part of the environment there in Wildcat country. We've seen where that stadium can be rocking on game nights. You've got the pit up there bouncing up and down, the band shows up. But the whole Friday night light spectacle, it's just a fun time, and it's just fun to be part of it. You know, I still love sports. I love being part of the community. If I wasn't calling the games, I'd be there anyway. Hopefully we'll keep doing a lot more years of it.
My name is Taylor Quinn. I'm the director of the Eagan Women of Note. This year's concert is called Back to the Holidays because we are back finally, singing live. People should come to this concert to get a change of pace, to get life breathed back into their spirit and soul, and to maintain the joyousness of the holiday season too. Our concert is at Peace Church in Eagan at 4 o'clock on December 12th.
Hey, welcome back inside the Eagan Civic Arena, where we're ETV happy to provide coverage of the Wildcat hockey team. By the way, do you know ETV is hiring production crew members? Not only do you get to get in free to these events, it's because you're going to be part of the team broadcasting sporting events like this, as well as meetings and other community events. We're also going to let you shoot, write, edit videos for the cable channels and social media. For more information and how to apply, check out the website, cityofegan.com/jobs. Again, cityofegan.com/jobs.
It's an opportunity to have the best seat in the house. And right now, we've got the best seats in the house, and we're getting ready for the second period here between the Lakers and the Wildcats.
As you look at some of the Eagan Youth Hockey Night here tonight, kids were told if they wear their white jerseys, they get in free. A very good turnout here tonight in Wildcat Country, part of the Stick It to Cancer evening, the annual event here at the Eagan Civic Arena, as they raise funds for the Richard M. Schultz Family American Cancer Society Hope Lodge. So proceeds going to a good cause tonight. And again, so many of us have been affected by cancer in our lives one way or the other. And let's face it, cancer, for lack of a better word, I don't know if I can say it, but sucks.
Yeah, I think you could say it. I think you could say it. I don't think there's anybody who would disagree with you there. I mean, the good news is if, you know, I will say good news is number one, we're doing the best we can. And number two, I think people are doing a good job of trying to make the most of the time they have. You just never know how many turns you have around the sun, so you might as well make the most of it.
Absolutely. Speaking of making the most of it, the Wildcats gather around Coach Todd Carlson. Over there on the far side, Mario Munoz and Nolan Pearson, the assistants on that group. They have 24 seconds of power play activity to start period number 2, as they trail by a 2-0 count on, as Bump got a perfect feed from an Eagan defenseman for a breakaway goal, made it 1-0, and then really a seeing eye shot by Jackson Anderson might have deflected off the defenseman's stick, and Bly never saw it, and it's 2-0 Prior Lake. They don't ask how they go in, it's just how many went in.
That's correct. I mean, the Lakers, it's better to be lucky than good, but in the Lakers' case, they're both lucky and good, right? They've been playing hard, playing well, and when you create opportunities, when you play hard, you're going to get opportunities, and that's what the Lakers have done here tonight.
Shots 9-7 in favor of the Wildcats in that opening 17 minutes. Wildcats moving left to right this period. It'll be the long change for both squads, as Prior Lake will be going right to left. Again, Cats down to 10 seconds on that man advantage, which they are not going to be able to do anything with, because here comes Prior Lake. And they're actually going to be forced to regroup a little bit. Number 19, Alex Bump, called his name a lot in that opening period. And he'll send it all the way down. Bump will come all the way back with all of 29 seconds elapsed here in the second period.
I got to tell you, if you told Coach Todd Carlson for the Wildcats, you're going to outshoot the Lakers 9-7 in the first period, would you take it? I think he'd say, yeah, I'll take that. I mean, that means we're competing with them. We're putting shots on their net. We're doing the right things. Just got to get pucks in the net, and that's really what has to happen.
There's a long shot. I think he thought he was going to get in the glove. Instead, it got deflected off the leather. Long shot over the Cats with a tip. Nice save, though, by Bosch. Got that left pad. That might show up on a highlight reel for Prior Lake.
Absolutely. Bosch with an absolutely brilliant save with his left leg. That puck he had very little business keeping that puck out of the net. Cam Roth was absolutely smoking, looking for that.
And Duber just missed down low for Prior Lake on an opportunity on a crossing pass, but as the Lakers put it up into the net. And we'll see if we've got a look at that save down there by Bosch. Not sure if we do, but I hope we do. But wow.
Well, it was a big shot in that sequence in Barbado. Barbado had a big one from the point. Here's Barbado's second. Great tip there by Roth. That puck was going nowhere near the net. And Bosch, what a great play of that time getting it out. Keeping it out, I should say.
So we play on here with a little over a minute gone by, second period. And we'll have an icing this time against the Wildcats. Face off back to the left of Eagan netminder Gabe Gley. Let's get a good look there at Alex Lockenmeyer. He's one of the captains on this squad. Alex Lockenmeyer, nickname is Lock. Actor that would play him in a movie, he says, is Bradley Cooper. We've got more fun facts about the players. You can pick that up in any of the programs you can pick up here at the Civic Arena. Nice multicolored program put together by I believe it's the Booster Club, is it not?
That's correct, it is by the Booster Club. Jill Gley did that for the Booster Club, and Jill's a wonderful graphic artist and designer and artist, and so we asked, the Booster Club asked her to do that, and she did a great job with it.
Yeah, it's very, very, very nice. Cats are going to get it out of their own zone this time as Prior Lake keeps up the pressure. Here comes something for Wildcats. Here's Gley. Gley, stop, shoot. Bosch squared him up. Nice rebound. Can the Cats poke it in? No.
Oh, Bosch absolutely standing on his head. How did he keep that out? He keeps it out again.
Rebound opportunity. Wow. Gavin Goyle says, how am I supposed to score tonight? Wow. And Wise hanging on. Boy, even the Eagan fans giving Bosch a hand.
Oh, absolutely. I have no idea. We're going to see a replay. Look at this. Great shot by Gley. It goes off Gley. Throws it back down. Goyle had a gift wrap for him and just couldn't snap it home. Glide gets it again. Lockenmeyer has an opportunity. They get back to it, although that time Joe Rice did a great job of coming over with his stick to help save his goaltender. But wow, that was fantastic, a fantastic defensive sequence by the Lakers.
I noticed that when in that Farmington win the other night, Boshi set a Prior Lake High School record, 31st career win. So you can see why he's got 31 wins. This kid is outstanding.
Oh, absolutely fantastic. And as the Wildcats, you have to say to yourself, you know, what are we going to have to do to solve Boshi? What are we going to have to do to create a situation that's going to let us get a puck by him? Because right now he's all over the place.
Simonson leaves the rebound in front. And speaking of robbery, look at Gabe Glide against Alex Bump.
Nicely done by the young netminder for Eagan. Glide does a great job of staying with it. Unfortunate that time the Wildcats need to do a better, honestly, they need to do a better job of not puck watching. All 5 Wildcats were watching that puck and nobody had an appreciation for where number 19 was on the ice. They've got to do a better job next time down.
Fortunately for the Wildcats, that puck was bouncing, so I don't think Bump got the best wood on it, but nonetheless, it was still a shot where Glide was forced to make a big save, and a little easier save there that time, and we'll have the face off to his right in the early stages of period number 2. So be Duber on the draw for Prior Lake against Goyle of the Wildcats. Gonna ring it around far side. And Cats gonna have to try to get something going here to get it out of their own zone. Glide with a weak attempt there, and wisely hung on to that time by Gabe Glide.
Wildcats are going to be passing this out of the zone. The Lakers are just too physical and too fast for them to try to bring it out on the ice. They're going to have to use the space on the ice. They're going to have to use movement off the puck to create that opportunity.
Yeah, both Murray had a good whack at it, and as did Glide. All the way down, it should be an icing, and indeed it is.
So I like that idea, though. I like the idea of throwing it deep and letting Lockemeyer or Glide or whoever's over there come after, try to run that down. That's a good strategy when you're having a little trouble getting out of your own end. And of course, it's the long change period, Mike.
Yeah, you saw the Wildcat bench. They're looking to at least cut this deficit in half. They trail 2-0 to a very good Prior Lake team for early stages of period number 2. I don't think you can let Prior Lake get up by 3 in this one. And here comes Glide, backhand attempt. Or she kicks that one aside. That'd be hard to come back from 3 down against Prior Lake right now. Very good Lakers squad. Cass, are they going to dump it in? They are able to that time. Lockenmeyer. Here's Cron from his defensive position chasing in deep. Like the aggressiveness there by one of the captains for the Wildcats. Here comes Martin. Or I should check that. That was 12. That was Pavic with Prior Lake, not Eagan 12. Comes Eagan the other way. Long shot kicked aside. That shot taken by Leighton Olson. Who? Exactly. First time Leighton in the lineup this year. Battling a shoulder injury. Glad to have him back up on the ice for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Wildcats definitely like to see him back. He's got good hands. He's got good offensive skill. It's going to take him a little while to get back into it. He's playing on a line with Martin and with Martin and Hansen. Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
I'm supposed to be a professional, but sometimes I screw that up. But another shot right off the draw for against Boshi.
Well, Coach Carlson said they might kind of rotate some wingers along with Martin and Hansen tonight and just kind of see what can happen there. And you saw Olsen had a chance, and I don't know, maybe we called Parker Jensen once back in the first period. And the Cats are going to try and keep that one in that time with Hansen. And Prior Lake again going to come out with the puck, chasing it in deep on Joe Rice trying to pass it to himself. He's ridden out hard in the corner. With 12.5 to go here in the second. Cats potential 3-on-2. Long shot, Boshi kicks out inside. Juicy rebound. Phillips unable to get there for the Wildcats. And we've got a whistle as I believe the puck went on a play.
Yep, puck went into the Eagan Wildcat bench that time. But I'm telling you right now, I mean, the Wildcats are absolutely out shooting the Lakers right now in this period. And Boshi is absolutely keeping the Lakers in the game. I mean, if absent some great play by their senior netminder, I have to think the Lakers are going to concede a goal, maybe 2 goals in this period so far.
You are the optimist for the Eagan fan base.
Well, I'm the color guy.
quick shot. Boshi with another save there. I think that's 16 tonight for the netminder. Cron back in neutral for the Cats. Passes it to a Prior Lake player, and here comes Bump and company for Prior Lake. Bump battles in there with Murray. Prior Lake half wall, quick shot. And Glye got a piece of it. I think he wanted to glove it. Had a little bit of a misplay on that, but no harm is done. Yeah, and Glye that time caught a rut in the ice. Fortunately, did not cost anything. Wedward for the Wildcats, number 10. Tries to get it ahead, and we've got a whistle because we've got a hooking call coming up on number 8 for Prior Lake. That's Duber. I will admit, I did not see the infraction.
I think it was behind the play. I don't know if it was that they got him for the hook on Cron, or maybe they got him for a hook on Wedward.
There's a look at Duber, sitting 2 minutes for Prior Lake.
Yeah, it was behind the play. Yeah, right there, yep. I think that's what they got right there. Duber very early in that. We'll see what the Wildcats can do with this man advantage.
Cats 0 for 1 on the power play tonight. Opportunity in front, backhand. Boshi is there, Wedward. And the Cats still cannot figure out how to light the lamp. There's Barbado. Wedward. Shot. And gloved as that was going to go wide anyway off Boshi with a quick mitt though.
A good sequence by the Wildcats. Watch this shot here. Nice job backhanded by Wedward. Backhand is so hard to get that on the ice, or excuse me, get it, down, keep it from popping up in the air. And Wedward did a nice job with that.
And Cass can't quite keep that one as it squirts past Cron. Glye will pick it up in the corner right over by the Prior Lake student section. Cron dumps it around far side. Goyle hoping to pick it up for the Wildcats. Can't control. Prior Lake's going to bring it through with Bump. One on about 3. He and Cron go in together. A couple of them they both fall down. No penalty, and we play on. Cats near side pass. Lockenmeyer was it far side. Tried to find Goyle. Off the rebound, off the boards, didn't happen. And here comes Prior Lake with a shorty opportunity. Look at Glye come out of that net. Aggressive play, loses the goalie stick. What a kick save. Was that Cron? That was Cron with the kick save. There's Lockenmeyer. Got Goyle with him. Lockenmeyer, stop, spin. Thinks about it. Long shot, never got through. Lockenmeyer will send it in deep. That's Barbado along the boards in the corner. 40 to go in the man advantage for the Wildcats. And again, here comes Bump for Prior Lake. Where have we said that before? And Bump. And did he get it? No, I think it hit metal. I think he thought he had that one. All the way down Glye. He gives a little elbow back there to Will Emerson. We play on, 17 to go in the man advantage. Cats thinking about it. Near side, no, didn't get a good shot off at all. That time was Roth looking for the one-timer. And puck will squirt free. Aggressive play by Prior Lake. That's Eider down deep as the Lakers are now back at full strength. Cats, Roth, stop, spin. Roth will lose one man. Glye, he'll just dump it in deep for the Wildcats. They're going to change over at least one player on the far side. Aggressive play that time, Roth stays in there. It's a little extra shove there from Karsten. The boys on the glass didn't like that. Referees disagreed. We play on. Still 2-0 Prior Lake with 9:11 to go.
Roth's got to be careful. He's trading wax with Karsten. He's got to be careful.
Pika's shot that was knocked down on the way through. Pressure by the Cats in the Prior Lake zone. Still looking to get that first marker of the night. And never had a chance to get there. Prior Lake defenseman without a stick. That's Emerson. Little check from behind there that time by Karsten. And Cats are going to have to chase back to their own end with Cron. Aggressive forecheck Pavic for Prior Lake. So we've reached the midway point. Period number 2. No goals in this frame, but it remains 2-0 Prior Lake. Almost 3-0 Prior Lake right there, but Glye with the save. Bump. A lot of ice time for that young man tonight. We'll get it back over at the half wall. But eludes one man. Pika tries to take him out. Prior Lake's going to send it back up top. Vanestein sends it across. Shot through. Goal! Justin Simonson from way out, and it's 3-0 Lakers.
We're going to see this shot. It's going to come from Fonenstein. Simonson's going to get it and then send it forward. I'm not sure if that didn't hit.
Yeah, Cron was in there with somebody,
I
too.
can't pick up the number. Oh, no, it was definitely Simonson on the deflection. I did not pick up who it was at the point. But it's 3-0 now Prior Lake. And honestly, these Wildcats have got to be real. They're going to start getting frustrated, Mike. They got to be frustrated. They've played well. They've played well. And they just have not been able to get anything to show for it. And that's, that they just got to keep their cool and keep playing well and let good things happen to them.
Second of the year for Simonson. Murray for the Wildcats. Cats need to get one quick. Get back in this. Setting in. This is Rowan Phillips in deep. He gets knocked off the puck. A few students looking for a call there. Long shot. Murray kicked aside by Boshi. Again, where have we said that tonight? Prior Lake, they're going to bring it out. Got a 3-0 lead. A little extra spring in their step as Rice goes in deep for the Lakers. Murray for Eagan. Murray and Rice continue to battle over to that far side. Somebody's out there without a stick right now. And here come the Wildcats. 2-on-2. Block shot Roth. That goes wide. Actually, Boshi steered to the side. Looked like it was going to go wide anyway. With 10 minutes gone by here, second period. 3-0 Lakers.
Wildcats need to get one, but they also need to find, look, whatever they're doing against Boshi's not working. They're going to have to do something else. And if that's, and we got a big hit. Glide took an elbow to the face. And we're going to see Kearns, I think it's Brady Kearns, number 11, for the Lakers, is going to go to the box. Check that. It's not Kearns, it's Karsten, Richard Karsten, number 10. They were both on the ice at that time. Watch Glide here on the right side of your screen. And that's, oh, absolutely, yep, that's
a no-brainer.
It's a butt end. Fortunately, Glide seemed to rub off Glide pretty well. So good news for the Glide household is we don't seem to have any other ill effects.
Cats can't keep that one in. It's just a 2-minute penalty.
Yep.
Student section was all over that call. And this time I agree with them.
Yep, pretty obvious, pretty obvious.
But again, Cats cannot keep it in at that far point. Turnover. And they're going to get a trip on Prior Lake. I believe they are.
And the Cats are going to have a minute 41 of a 2-man advantage as Bump is going to go to the box. This is going to be huge. Watch this here. Yep, Bump stick absolutely takes out Henry Martin. Excuse me, that was Barbados' skate. That's a good call. And, I'm actually surprised. Bump is a senior defenseman and captain. I'm surprised that he would.
I would say that was kind of a lazy penalty.
Yeah, it kind of was. It's the kind of thing you do when you're ahead, I guess, by 3 goals. But when you're already down a man, that's the kind of thing, taking a penalty at the other end next to the other end's net, might not necessarily be the wisest thing in the world. Cats have a ton of space now.
5-on-3 Wildcats. By the way, on your television screen where it says Eagan power play, that is a 2-man advantage. It is 5-on-3. It's Wedward. Down low. Boshi got beat, but Goyle couldn't quite pull the trigger. There was nobody there to help him. And again, Prior Lake wisely sends this one down. Inside 6 minutes to go in the period, a minute to go in the 2-man advantage.
If the Wildcats can get one here, somehow either with a 2-man or 1-man advantage, if they can, I'm not sure why we're dumping it in with a 5-on-3, but if they can get one here.
See Barbado far side. Tries to send it across, couldn't connect. Here's Cron. Sends it back across. Barbado tries to chip it inside the Lockenmeyer. And can Prior Lake poke this one out? No, kept in this time again by the Wildcats.
Cats have got to get shots to the net.
30 to go in the 2-man.
Somebody in front of Boshi. They got to get somebody to the net.
Cron hits traffic on an attempted pass. Lockenmeyer hustles over to keep it in the zone. There's Cron down low with 19 to go in the 2-man advantage. Cron out front. And Cats unable to connect on that one. You see the time remaining up there. Well, you saw briefly on that wide angle shot. It was 15. There it is. 15 to go in the 2-man. 35 to go. What will be a 5-on-4 potentially, which would amount to 20 seconds. But We have 5:02 to go, period number 2. Cats, I want to say desperately need a goal here.
Absolutely, absolutely. And even if they don't, honestly, Mike, even if they don't get it on the power play, if they get it before the end of the period, I think we've got a game, but they've got to get one before the end of the period here.
Prior Lake now one man short, and they can have a break. They do, and they are off sides, hopping off the bench. Cats dodge one there. It was Eider that hopped off the bench, but he was on the other side of the blue line.
He was on the other side of the blue line.
But it was the right call.
That's the right call. That I'm not sure, honestly, I'm not sure why the Laker bench is so upset. I mean, they're disappointed for their player. I totally understand that, but that was pretty obvious. That was pretty obvious. And Coach, don't drop your paper.
You're still up 3-0.
Yeah, calm down, calm down. But no, I get it.
By the way, we have a minor on Prior Lake.
I get.
I did not see what the call was.
I don't know what that was. You know what? I bet they called too many men. I bet they called too many men because he came out to play the puck. It was too many men on the ice. So the Wildcats are going to have a 3-man advantage for another 2-man advantage for another 17 seconds. Big opportunity here for the Wildcats.
And I will say, that's a great heads-up call by the officials, too.
It is. It is. It's obviously unlucky here for the Lakers.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
the players they're not trying to do anything nefarious. It's just they've got to get off the ice, right?
Well, if you're Eider coming off, you see that puck squirting down, and you're thinking breakaway.
Oh, Barbado lost his concentration, but he throws it on net.
Wedward, that caught iron after Boshi got a piece of that one. Doyle tries to go high and up into the netting with 1:36 to go in the man advantage as Boshi continues to stymie the Wildcats.
Absolutely. Now, I will say this about Doyle's shot. I like the shot. Don't get me wrong. We're out shooting the Lakers, but I would have loved to see Doyle try to get to the middle of the ice here. Get to the middle of the ice because there's just not much net to shoot at there.
Here comes Prior Lake. Here's Bump. Gets around Lockenmeyer. Bump, backhand, forehand. And Lockenmeyer, nice job to keep him away as Prior Lake looks for a shorty. Another opportunity for the Lakers as Duber stops, controls. He'll burn some time. About a 1:17 to go in the man advantage. Ooh, wise play there by Prior Lake. A couple of seniors with great plays there for the Lakers. Smart plays.
Wildcats just throwing the puck around the rink. I'm not around the ice. I'm not sure what we're doing here. I mean, if I'm honest, I think the Wildcats need to have more discipline and more connection.
There's Lockenmeyer. He's ridden out of the play nicely that time by Anderson. Student section looking for a call. Big hit there by Wedward along the near side board. Cron gets burned at the near side. Here's Bump. Tries to get around one man on a toe drag. And we're going to get a late hit on the Wildcats. Matt Hansen, or Roth is going to sit. 23. Imagine this is going to be a rough.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a rough. Yep. I think Roth was assuming that Bump was going to hold on to that puck, and he didn't. And as a result, it was still going to be a hit from behind in any event, but nonetheless, I mean, again, I don't think there's anything nefarious in that,
no,
or malevolent in that. It's just, but he can't hit the guy from behind, and he assumed. But here's the thing: if Bump's got the puck in my zone, one-on-one with my goalie, I'm going to hit him and try to take the penalty because I don't want him to shoot again. That's actually might be what you would call a good penalty for Cam Roth.
So we're going to play 4-on-4 for another 25 seconds, and then Prior Lake will have a manager manage for about a minute and a half. And Prior Lake has picked up the intensity after that third goal.
And Prior Lake doing a good job of controlling the puck in their own end. Okay, that puck hit the rafters. I'm not sure, the referees did not see it. That puck did hit the rafters, but fortunately for the Lakers, they control.
And they are now on the power play, by the way. Looking for that fourth goal tonight. Centered in front, nice defensive play there by the Wildcats. I think that was Murray. Shot from way out, tipped, never got through. There's Rice on the attempted redirect. Back across, backhand in. Bly looking for some help from his defense. Puck is still free, squirts out. Nice job by Murray to actually push the Prior Lake player out of the way and took the puck with him. Prior Lake thinking about it from way out. Karsten. Going to send it back far side. This will be Carson back up top. Long shot all the way through. Oh, Glide gave up a rebound there. Puck is loose. And we've got whistles all over the place. The post is off. Goalie's down. A couple skaters were down.
You know, I'm going to say something, Mike. Nice job by both teams there in that scrum at the end. Nobody took a penalty. Nobody came up, started firing punches at each other or swacking sticks. I mean, everybody's falling down, but everyone's keeping it as clean as possible. Nicely done, actually, that time by both teams.
I was going to say, Pika, especially their number 5 for the Wildcats, looked like he tried to give it back to Gladdick for the quick cover. And what's Pika's nickname?
Pix.
Tree, isn't it?
Well, I think the coach calls him Tree, but
okay.
The program has another name for him.
Okay. Down to 38 in the Prior Lake power play. Again, bump. Anderson, bump. Bump. Prior Lake, good cycling going on.
And watch how the Lakers are moving the puck from side to side with the pass rather than necessarily doing a lot of skating with it. Although, of course, bump does toe drags right around two players.
Can the puck squirt free? It does. 10 seconds to go in the man advantage. Aggressive play that time by Olsen for the Wildcats out on the PK right now. And as I say that, he hustles over to the bench. As we skate 5-on-5, back at full strength. Good wheels coming down the zone that time for Prior Lake. I believe that was Eider. It was just over a minute to go in this period. Prior Lake's got one this frame. They lead 3-0 overall. Good hit there by the student section of Prior Lake. Roth for the Wildcats. Fresh out of the box. And again, bump that top liner for Prior Lake. Stop, turn, that goes wide of Glide.
Things are going to go badly for the Wildcats if they let Bump keep skating unmolested through their zone. I'm sorry, I just think that should be axiomatic.
And this should be an icing on the Wildcats, and indeed it is with 29.2 to go in the period. And you got to remember, Bump is doing this without Will Schumacher, one of his linesmates. We saw Schumacher go down back in that first period, head injury of some kind. Again, he went to the locker room, and you know, again, we hope everything is okay with Schumacher. Prior Lake looking to make this 4-0 in the final 30 seconds of this period. Cats looking to make this a 2-goal game as they head to the third. Wedward opportunity. Wedward backhand. Well, she kicks that one aside nicely. Eagan almost had an opportunity there for a rebound. Prior Lake again. This is Rice. That was saved. Quick shot. Boyce goes high and wide. Down to 10 to go in the period. Lakers one last opportunity. Quick shot. And that hits Goyle right in the Wildcat logo. Face off in the Eagan zone with 6.2 to go.
Give a shout out to our crew. We've got some great camera work, some great people here working for us for ETV. Josh Sibley, the producer, Dalton Gruber, the director, Joe Chupik on replay, Brad Lester and Greg Borman are our camera guys. Thanks so much for ETV making guys like Mike and I look like professionals.
And the Cats are just going to get out of this period just with a 3-0 deficit. Shots on goal that period, the Cats did have 12 for a two-period total of 21, and 18 total for Prior Lake means they had 11 that period. So we go to the third. It's the Prior Lake Lakers 3. Boshi still pitching the shutout. Nothing for the Wildcats. We're going to take a break. We're coming back for the third period. You're watching Wildcat Boys Hockey on ETV.
Great to be a part of Eagan history, something that all three of us are very proud of. The population of Eagan is 51% female, so we've worked hard to get our department to reflect the population that we're serving. The foundation of the Eagan Fire Department has been laid by many great men and women, and we have been welcomed here with open arms, very supportive.
You have that family aspect with your crew. You eat dinner together and you respond to calls together, and really it's just the best job there is.
I encourage all females to pursue a career that they're passionate about, regardless if it's historically been male-dominated, and that it is achievable. Give it a try, see if you're passionate about it, and if you are, you'll succeed.
We wanted a space where someone could bring a family member or a friend or a neighbor and not have to worry about any exclusion. This park can adapt to all different people regardless of what their abilities are.
On an average playground, I'll just be on the sidelines. Be like, yay! Yay, you did it! But now I get to be like, come on, let's go play all together, and it's pretty amazing.
We know that inclusive play teaches important life skills like cooperation, empathy, and leadership. And it helps build relationships and community around those same values.
Come to this park because you're going to have an awesome time. It's inclusive for everyone. There's lots of things to do for both young ones and older ones.
I was more than happy to participate in it, actually being a former student athlete here at the high school.
The ladder is an acronym: leadership, accountability, determination, discipline, empower, and resiliency.
It's make sure you do your part, make sure you do your thing, make sure you get one step at a time and make sure you do your stuff, but at the same time, you got to bring people up on the ladder with you.
Being able to do a photo with the fire truck, especially with the ladder, and climb the ladder with it was pretty fun.
It's really nice as a football player to know that you have a community behind your back and that you have people there to support you.
Tiger 20, 10, 6 points, Eagan!
Bounces off one tackler, tries to bounce off two.
You know, it's funny, back when I worked for the local paper, the Sun Current, I'd heard through one of the sports editors that they were looking for some folks. Made a couple of contacts, and lo and behold, hey, come on out. We'll get you going. And Here we are, 1997, we're calling football games. Talk to Coach Nick Johnson out at practice, who's injured, what's going on, what are his thoughts on the game. It's just having that relationship with the coaches, talking to some of the players once in a while, hey, what's going on? Tell me about, Eagan football, kind of behind the scenes stuff. Obviously, we're looking up a lot of stats. Game day, we try to talk to coaches from both teams, but there's fans from other schools that are watching this game, and we try to at least know something about the other team. A couple of quick memories. There was a guy named Joe Mauer that played for Cretin, threw I think 7 touchdowns in a playoff game. I heard he turned out to be a pretty good athlete. We did the first game up at TCO Stadium, we're the home of the Vikings, when Eagan played Farmington. And of course, who can forget 2020, the Eastview win? You snapped that 27-game streak, and I just remember our call at the end was something like, hey, the streak is over. Nathan Cron and I, who've been doing games together for 5 years, we were just quiet. Let the pictures do the talking, let the joy show for all those kids, all the players. Just a fun time that night. I got to give a shout out to Nathan Cron, by the way. He and I have been doing football for, I think, 5 years now. We've been doing hockey for a number of years, and I think we really make a good team. We've gotten compliments on what we do, both from fans, from school officials, players, coaches, and that's why we do it. It's all about the teams. It's about the community. The personnel you get to know, and you're really rooting for those people. You're rooting for the community, the kids. You want to see them do well. And granted, you're going to look at the scoreboard and maybe they lose by a wide margin, but you look at the little things that are going on in between. Did you win this play? Hey, did the O-line play well? Did the D-line play well? Things like that, and just to see the improvement, that's what keeps it going. I enjoy doing it. It's that simple. It's fun to be part of the environment there in Wildcat country. We've seen where that stadium can be rocking on game nights. You've got the pit up there bouncing up and down, the band shows up. But the whole Friday night light spectacle, it's just a fun time, and it's just fun to be part of it. I still love sports. I love being part of the community. If I wasn't calling the games, I'd be there anyway. Hopefully we'll keep doing a lot more years of it. Hey, welcome back inside the Eagan Civic Arena. We get set for third period action. Hey, by the way, you can make sure you catch all the games and all the upcoming announcements by following Eagan TV on social media, both Twitter, Facebook, where you can get game updates, local stories, lots more. And you can also subscribe to the YouTube channel so you do not miss a game, because some games are going to be exclusive to YouTube this year. Not just hockey for boys and girls, but that could be basketball, wrestling, swimming. So be sure and check it out. Eagan TV online, and hey, tell your friends and their friends, and tell your family members outside of the viewing area. Check out family and friends here at Eagan High School. Speaking of Eagan High School, we got the hockey going on tonight. Also going on this weekend and next weekend is Matilda the Musical. Check that out at the EHS website for tickets. It's in the auditorium Sunday, December 12th, and then the 16th, 17th, and 18th. It's a children's book by author Roald Dahl, published in '88. Basically shows you how good will triumph over evil. That's Matilda the Musical at Eagan High School. Again, check out the high school website for ticket information. Hey, I want to give a quick shout out to some of the great sponsors here in Wildcat country that help support the Eagan High School hockey program. That includes Ansari's Mediterranean Grill and Lounge, Lone Oak Grill, Trail Stop Tavern, Eagan Arms Public House, and Wildcats Bar and Grill. And if you're watching us live, Wildcats has karaoke later on tonight. I saw 9:30 to 1 is karaoke up at Wildcats.
There is still time. I'm betting they'll still accept you. We've also got the logo sponsors here for the Wildcats. These are the logo sponsors that are on the Wildcats training jerseys. DBT Mental Health Services, Raising Cane's, and TCO Training House. Thanks to those sponsors for helping make Wildcat hockey possible.
It's interesting. When I walked into the arena tonight, I was able to talk to Eagan Athletic Director Sandy Sutter Larson, and one of the things she was talking about is the great community support that comes to Eagan High School, no matter the event. The parents always willing to step up, help out where they're needed. You've got the community behind all these programs, not just athletics, but things like the school play, other academic activities, shall we say. Just great to see that kind of community support, and I'm willing to bet Prior Lake has the same thing. Again,
absolutely. I mean, we're as challenging as schools dealing with schools, and sometimes schools are, giving you what you need, and sometimes schools, you want different stuff from your schools, but you've got a lot of schools and a lot of good people doing a lot of great work here in the Southern Twin Cities.
You look at one of the youngsters here, part of the Eagan Hockey Association night tonight, giving the fist pumps to the Wildcats coming out of the locker room. And you and I talked to Coach Carlson a couple of times earlier this week and a little bit before that, and he said one of the things he's really looking forward to was those fist pumps. Seeing the youth hockey players over there with the varsity players.
Well, absolutely, and the youth hockey players, for those of us collectively in the the enterprise who have had youth hockey players, many of whom are as they get older, are out here skating tonight. When you're a little kid, when you're 9 years old, 10 years old, a squirt, a U10 player, U8 player if you're a girl, you see these big varsity players out there, and you're just in awe, right, about how well they skate and how well they shoot, and to have them acknowledge your presence. You don't have to spend all afternoon making macaroni paintings, but the reality of it is that the time you spend with those kids, even if it's just for a few seconds, saying hello, it matters to those kids.
Yep. I'm going to give a quick shout out, by the way. Just got an update. The Bantam B2 squad beat hated Lakeville North 3-2 tonight. Big win for the B2 squad.
Hated Lakeville North?
Hated Lakeville North.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess they're hated Lakeville North.
Well, they beat hated Eastview the other night too, 3-1. So.
Well, that makes more sense to me.
It just sounds good. It's Lakeville North. They're always a good hockey team.
They are.
Always good battles at every level. But, again, it's South Suburban Conference. All these teams, you know what? All these kids, they know each other. They've grown up. They've played against each other. And, it's fun to see.
We should give a shout out to these Wildcats. I mean, they're out shooting the Prior Lake Lakers 21-18 at the end of the second period. They have an opportunity here. I know I seem a bit Pollyanna-ish. As a matter of fact, I had two great. This is a true story. I have two great grandmothers, both named Pollyanna. That's not a lie. But the Wildcats have an opportunity here if they can do something smart with this puck here in the opening few minutes of this period. They can climb back into this game, make it a little interesting.
And Prior Lake with the best opening opportunity, that time on the long shot, that time by Emerson, sophomore defenseman for Prior Lake. We're sweater 22. But we got an update. Schumacher in the concussion protocol. So, again, we wish him the best, the Prior Lake winger that got hurt early in this hockey game. And bump of an opportunity, got a piece of that, was Glye. I believe that left pad on that.
And nicely done by Glye. It was a little dangerous there. The Wildcats were changing defensemen behind the rush, and there was a quick turnover in the neutral ice area.
Cats trying to poke it out along the boards. They need to get one early. Here's an opportunity. Roth. Cam Roth, far side. That goes just wide. I believe that was that Goyle with the, no, who was that with the shot? Glye, I should say. The minute gone by here in this period. Lockenmeyer from way out. Boshi, an easy save that time. Save number 22 of the game for the Prior Lake senior. Barbados was going to try and over and get that puck, but it was intercepted by Simonson. Touch with a high stick. And we'll have a face-off out in the neutral zone, I believe. We'll check that. It'll be in the Wildcat zone with 15:41 to go in regulation.
Well, ETV will also have the next game here coming up for the Wildcats on the 14th. Against Hastings. That'll be here at Eagan Civic Arena, and then the Wildcats go on the road on the 18th at Shakopee. So back to South Suburban action after a brief non-conference detour involving Hastings.
Saw earlier today, Shakopee was up 4-0 on Burnsville at one point. Did not catch a final on that one. Speaking of Hastings, they're 3-0-1 on the young season. They're playing Hill Murray tonight. So the Raiders should be a good test for these Wildcats coming up in a few days.
Well, let's see what the Wildcats can do here. They need to get somebody in front of Boshi because he's just too. He's just too good.
Again, it's going to be the garbage goals. I don't think you're going to beat him clean. Something like that with an opportunity. Goyle overskated and missed on the backhand. Forehand never got through. Nasser's going to dump that one back in with Murray. Glye stops, turns. He's watched in there by Fanenstein. Big hit that time. Lockenmeyer behind the net. And we do play on Lockenmeyer. A couple of whacks at it. Can't quite get it. Now he does get it back. Prior Lake failed to clear, but it's out past Murray. All the way down. It should allow Joe Pancras to switch all 5 players on that Prior Lake side. Coach Todd Carlson's going to switch, I believe, 3 of the Wildcat players. And there goes number 4. This will be Cron. He gets taken out hard behind the play. Cats are going to get something going this time. This is number 13, Matt Hansen with wheels. And he gets hit after he loses the puck. That was Anderson that he met in the middle. Long shot, never got through. And that puck is going to squirt all the way back out. Cats forced to regroup once again. Puck is tipped on the way in. There'll be no icing. Olsen gives chase for the Wildcats. Again, Leighton Olsen first came back after missing some time with a shoulder injury. Glad to see him back out there wearing the blue and white. We'll see how Prior Lake plays this period. Do they continue to basically go full throttle, or do they sit back a little bit?
I don't know if they necessarily sit back, but I think what it lets you do is it lets you be smart about making the smart play. I mean, the most important thing right now for the Prior Lake, for Jackson Anderson, who just you saw there, just had the puck on his stick. He's not trying to do anything fancy. He's not trying to create a scoring opportunity. He's got the puck in his own zone. He's got to make sure it comes out of the net. Out of the zone. That's the most important thing to do as a defenseman with the 3-goal lead and the clock ticking.
Which now says 13:20 to go in regulation. Prior Lake with an opportunity. That's going to be Simonson in deep from his defensive position. Had to get it back out. Can Phillips punch it out for the Cats? He cannot, but here comes Wedward with the puck. Wedward, Phillips, a couple of 10s going at it. That's Carson for Prior Lake. Wedward for Eagan. Phillips wears 25 in white for the Wildcats. Again, puck not spending a lot of time in the Lakers zone. Pushing it out that time was Bump. Wedward off the up into the Prior Lake bench, and we'll have a face-off upcoming. Speaking of upcoming, we have a graphic coming. There you go. All kinds of ETV sports coming at you.
Girls basketball, boys hockey, girls hockey, boys basketball, 2 more girls basketball games. All of those here on ETV and on the YouTube channel. So tune in, check it out, tell your friends and neighbors.
Again, Eagan-TV.com or follow Eagan TV on social media for all the updates. Lots of sports activities being televised by Eagan TV.
Yeah, I don't like what I see right now from the Wildcats. They're sitting back and they're not attacking whoever has the puck. It's making me a little bit nervous. They're just giving too much space to the Lakers. They need to step up and get closer, grab them by the belt buckle, so to speak, and make sure that they're being a physical presence.
Well, you and I were there. We saw the Cats play Eastview 4 nights ago. That third period was not good, I guess, to be nice. And let's see if they can show something a little bit better in this one.
Well, the Cats have played well tonight. I mean, if you had to say that, obviously the big victory against Roseville was the best game they've played, but in terms of goal scoring and that kind of thing. But it was also against an opponent that they were, I think, they were better than.
Yep.
And they need to do a better job here of cleaning this up. I'm not sure what the defense was thinking there.
See number 18, Tanner Licken out there for Prior Lake. I don't think we've called his name yet tonight. He's going to have the puck right now back in the Prior Lake zone. Sends it along the board. Simonson, or Sheffield, I should say, pokes it ahead to Eider leading the rush. And hanging on that time, Gabe Gly for the Wildcats. That'll be save number 20 for the sophomore.
Wildcat defense has got the Wildcat players deep in their own end. Got to do a better job of getting it out. Nice crisscross there by the Lakers. Nicely sent forward. That was Eider who sent it forward for his teammate. Teammate couldn't quite finish, but he did a nice job that time of picking out an opportunity.
Here comes Eagan trying to get something out of his own. Puck was tipped on the way through. So we shall play on with 11 minutes to go here in regulation. We'll keep saying that as an optimist for the Wildcats. And we've got a penalty upcoming. It's going to be against the Wildcats. Delayed call upcoming. Prior Lake quick shot. That goes far and wide off the stick of Pavic. Lakers able to control. Here's Bump. And he'll just regroup, wait for his teammates to get everything going. Anderson, as the Lakers are now in place, and Phillips will touch it. Well, the penalty call at 6:21 of period number 3.
Yeah, Hansen's going to go for cross-checking or a hit from behind, or looks like a cross-check.
Actually, that's Henry Martin.
Oh, check that. Forgive me, Hansen's. I thought that was Matthew Hansen. It was, in fact, Henry Martin.
12, 13. We were close.
Well, yeah. You can see here on the left side of your screen, it's going to be a cross check.
Yeah, right in front of the official.
Right in front of the official, yeah.
Right in front of some of the youth hockey players here tonight.
That's right.
An Egan EHA night in the Civic Arena.
It's an opportunity here for the Lakers to really put this game away and really leave no doubt about who's going to win this hockey game. Big moment here for the Wildcats. Can they play good defense for 2 minutes and keep themselves in the game?
Bump with another long shot opportunity. Not sure that one got all the way through. We'll take another whack at it. That was blocked in front. Can the Cats clear the zone? Somebody fell down there for the Wildcats. That was Wedward. I didn't think he went on his own.
Yeah, Wedward got hauled down, and we're going to see a penalty here coming up on Anderson.
It's going to be a trip.
I'll check that. Nope, it's not Anderson. They're going to get Duber for it. I think it's the second period penalty of the night.
No, that'll be the first for Duber.
Oh, no, never mind then. Yep, and they're going to say give Wedward a little bit of extra pressure, downward pressure.
So we'll play 4-on-4 for the next minute and a half at this point. Bump, long outlet pass. Barbado is with him. Glide gives up a juicy rebound. Nice job by Cron to tie up Eider.
That was a heady play by Cron.
And this will be Lockenmeyer trying to lead the rush. Overskating the puck that time was Goyle. He was the last Wildcat to score a goal, and that was 36 seconds into the last game. Last 8 goals in a Wildcat hockey game have gone to the opponent. At least he won that one by a 5-1 count.
Now Bump's just going to skate around with this puck. It's 4-on-4. And they're ahead by 3 goals. He's going to do whatever he can. Those Wildcats have got to put a body on him and get him off the puck. They need to make fast decisions. Peaka's unable to get control of the puck.
That's Kinger in there for Prior Lake battling 1-on-3. Big hit there. Roth is in there among others for the Wire. That was Glide. Check that. Another Glide and goal. Gabe with the save after Gus unable to. Gus went with the check. Cats try to send it out. Try to get a long outlet pass here to Glide at center. That's Gus Glide, 27. He's a junior. His brother Gabe, the goalie, is the sophomore. And here comes Prior Lake. 5 seconds to go, and then the Wildcats will be on a 29-second man advantage, which starts actually right now. Glide, he's been out there a long time. Henry Martin in deep as well for the Wildcats, number 12. Cron, there's a level his man in front of the Prior Lake fans. No call upcoming. Fans wanted one.
I think Cron held up. and that's why the penalty wasn't called, but that was too high.
Roth is upended, no call. Good no call there.
Yeah, I think that was the right call. That would have been a soft trip.
We're full strength right now. 3-0 Prior Lake. Shots 25-24 in favor of the Lakers.
Wildcats just don't have any imagination right now. They just don't have any coordination and imagination. If this was a soccer game, you'd say that they just don't have the creativity that they need in the offensive end to make something happen. And they haven't really tested Boshi here in the 3rd period.
No. You saw Glide right there. He goes in 1 on about 4. Not sure. I don't think the Cats made much of a change behind the play. And Prior Lake will this will be Fanenstein, the junior D, trying to get it out. Bounce it off the boards, hits somebody on the way through. Murray for the Wildcats. Murray, a sophomore defender, was 26. All the way down. Will it be an icing? Should be. And just barely, with 7:16 to go.
No, I don't want to
period.
I don't want to be critical of Gabe Glide, but Gabe, what are we doing? What are we thinking about here? Come on. I take that back. That might have been a decent non-call, and maybe that was a makeup call for that Cron hit. Maybe that's why.
He kind of had the stick in there.
He did have the stick in. I mean, you could have probably blown that whistle, but like I said, maybe that was a makeup call.
I think that's one where it could have went either way. You wouldn't be hard to disagree either way. Cron turns, passes it blindly, intercepted by Prior Lake in front. Glide out of position. Prior Lake couldn't quite get that one home. I believe that was Duber with the backhand potential.
It was a magnificent defensive play to keep the puck in, and that time Cron flipped that puck well in the air, and it really should have come out.
Again, Prior Lake just keeping the pressure on the Wildcats. Cats need 3 goals this period. Thus far in the opening 10+ minutes, they have 3 shots. Prior Lake has 5 shots on goal this period.
And the Lakers are getting to every loose puck.
Big hit there by Goyle. Fires up the boys on the glass.
Well, big hits are great, but right now we need some shots on goal. Right now the Wildcats just can't even get out of their own end.
No, no. Guess who? Bump. And he's hauled down.
We're going to have a penalty. Yep, penalty coming.
It's going to be Wedward, and I think it's going to be a trip.
Yeah,
yes, it is.
Yep. It's going to be a trip on Wedward. I mean, he's an excellent player. Wedward's going to reach out with that stick. He's going to tap his skate. It's going to go down.
Check that. It's not Wedward. It's going to be Goyle.
Goyle. Check that. Yep. Pardon me.
Yeah, initial reaction. Yep.
Yeah, real frustration. I think honestly, the Wildcats are look like they might be running out of a little bit of gas too. These Lakers, seem to be really bossing the game.
Absolutely.
And I think the Wildcats are certainly going to be frustrated, and rightfully so, based on the fact that they're just not out shooting the Lakers. And for most of the game, they've been out shooting the Lakers and just not able to put something together.
Here comes Prior Lake once again with wheels. Kingery. Minute and a half to go in the man advantage. Prior Lake able to keep that one in near side. And it's been a buzz of yellow this period. Prior Lake just keeping this puck in the Wildcat zone. Should mention this is the 4th of 4 games here today in the Eagan Civic Arena. So we had JV girls and then the varsity girls who lost a overtime game to Prior Lake. And then the Eagan JV played Prior Lake on the boys' side. And it was the Prior Lake JVers winning that one just prior to this game.
Nice save there by Glide, but that's the kind of shot that he's not going to have a problem with. If it's straight in and he can see it all the way, he should have a good opportunity to save it. And right now, the Wildcats have got to do a better job of getting to that puck first and getting it out.
Back up top, Anderson. Will he get it back? He will. Will he shoot from there? No, he'll pass it. Opportunity. Glide stood up nicely. Eider was in there. Puck is loose. And puck does squirt over to the near side boards.
Pardon me, Mike. Wildcats have got to find that puck faster. I'm not sure. They've got to find the puck faster when there's a scramble like that. Nice play on the back door that time by Glide, bailing out his little brother. Nicely done.
Yeah, that was Duber that had the golden opportunity. With 30 to go, or in the power play for Prior Lake. There's Bump all the way down. Bump stops, turns. Got his man Anderson. Here's Anderson. Tries to go in. Nobody to help out on defense. Somehow that puck is not going. Now it does. 4-0 Lakers. Power play goal. And they're going to salute the Eagan student section with a little jersey tug. Levi Eider makes it 4-rip.
Well, eventually you keep playing in that end of the ice. It's going to happen. Nice play that time by Cron to try to stop the initial shot, but then the rebound is given up. There's not much you can do about it there. And certainly the Lakers have put this one out of reach here for the Wildcats.
For Eider, first goal of the year, and being he's a freshman, I'm assuming first career goal.
Well, that'll be a big one. That'll be a big one.
So 4-0 Lakers. 4 minutes to go. Cats again, just 3 shots in this period. Prior Lake now has 8.
The Wildcats have got to get out of the way of each other, and they've got to get some flow right now. You almost got a sense here in the third period that the Wildcats just have not had the coordination and the connectivity. And I'm utterly confused as to why that's the case. They need to make faster decisions, no question about that. But still, it just seems like there's been a lot of throwing the puck around and it's like in soccer, if you put 5 or 6 passes together in the midfield, you have an opportunity to score. But but you know, you've got an opportunity, you've got to take advantage of it.
Otherwise, stand corrected, Prior Lake 11 shots this period. Those of you that are keeping score. And here come the Lakers once again, looking to break out of their own zone. Kingery far side. Murray for Eagan with 3 minutes to go in this one. Prior Lake looking for their second straight shutout. They blanked Farmington 5-0 earlier this week. So far this season, Prior Lake has given up a grand total of 4 goals. Shot high and wide. Good wood that time on the shot. It was Barbado.
Barbado's just going to keep that shot down. It was a great shot. Just got to keep it down so his teammates can look for rebounds.
But just dump back out inside the blue line. Barbado. Good job to fight off Sheffield. Opportunity in front. Oh, bump overskates that. Opportunity. Here's Wedward. Oh, she kicks that one aside. Save number 25 for him tonight. Opportunity in front. Goyle. Can he get one? No.
Went off the back of the net that time.
Again, Cats have just had their chances, but Boschee and the Lakers have stood strong the entire night. Prior Lake does tag up. We play on with 1:45 to go.
Well, I'll say this. Look, the Wildcats, for as challenging as they were in terms of how they played against Eastview, especially in the second 2 periods of that game, they've played very, very well. Here's a turnover by Cron. He gives it away to Eiton.
That was,
check that was Duber.
Yeah, Duber.
Duber. Nicely done that time to recover for the Wildcats. And Cron just trying to make something happen right now because the Wildcats have to find some offense.
All the way down. Will it be an ice? No. Oh, Will just trickled just wide of the net with 1:12 to go. Hey, check that out. If you're watching us live tonight, opportunity for some great holiday music tomorrow. The Eagan Women of Note back for the holidays program. It's going to be held at Peace Church at 4 p.m. And if you can't be there in person, be sure to watch it live on ETV. And again, it'll be up on the YouTube. So getting the holiday season with the Women of Note annual concert.
Oh, fantastic. Last year when they performed, they all had to do it virtually. And this year, finally, we get to have games with fans in the stands, student sections. We get to have concerts. Wonderful concert.
Yeah, hard to believe 2 weeks from today is Christmas. And in neutral zone, we've got a hook coming up.
Another penalty here to the Wildcats. I think Riley Paulus is going to go on this one. Check that. Nope, it's going to be Parker Jensen. It's a hooking call from behind, and again near your own offensive blue line. Watch Jensen here just give a hook, put a hook into Rice.
Saw Eddie Moore out there, number 14 for the Wildcats. I believe first shift of the night for Eddie.
That's good opportunity forward. That's right. Good opportunity for those guys to get a little extra ice.
And try to backhand this one out. See the time remaining on your screen.
Well, I think as good as this, you know what, I will say this, as good as this Prior Lake team is, their goal scoring is fantastic, don't get me wrong. But Boschee in goal, Mike Cook, has made the difference in this game. I mean, there's no question to me, there's no question in my mind that had he not made some of those saves, the Lakers would be looking at a much closer score. As it is, it's a more comfortable 4-0 victory here for the Lakers.
As we said, second straight shutout for Prior Lake. Shots in that last period, by the way, Prior Lake had 12, and Eagan had 3. And I'm going to get, we mentioned that 3. That was probably midway through the period for the Wildcats. So no offense late. The Cats fall by a 4-0 count.
Well, they had the opportunities early on. I mean, that second period, they really had some opportunities, and you just can't put it in the net. then that's the kind of thing that's going to happen. And you know, obviously, the important thing is that the kids all get healthy, get off the ice. Hopefully, Schumacher's going to be all right. He's going to be able to bounce back from whatever's ailing him, and we'll see him again next, at Prior Lake here in a few weeks.
Excellent. So that's going to wrap things up from the Eagan Civic Arena. It's the Prior Lake Lakers 4, Eagan Wildcats nothing. So on behalf of the ETV crew, he's Nathan Crown, I'm Mike Cook. Hey, thanks for being with us, and we will see you on the 14th when the Hastings Raiders are here in this Eagan Civic Arena. We'll be watching it on ETV, your home for Wildcat Sports.